Hello, Fear the Mere Cat here, and welcome to another episode of my Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest Let's Play. If you might remember, we're in Ice Cavern, and we're partway through it. I think I was looking there to see if there were any more of those blue fountains. When you leave the Ice Cavern, you need to make sure you have at least one bottle filled with that stuff. This is my impression of what Indiana Jones would be like if he was bad at his job. Anyway, yeah, you need to be careful because of the two ice keys here. They are really annoying. The Wolfos is just a Wolfos, but those ice keys tend to freeze you if they touch you, and they're quite hard to Z-target as well because the room's so large with such a high ceiling. And apparently you can't get them with hook shots. So anyway, you might notice some rather awkward editing on this episode. Thing is, this episode actually ended up overrunning to 56 minutes. Mostly because I messed around a lot with some fishing that you'll see later, and it took me ages to do, and made a few other mistakes that took a very long time to correct. But because of that, I've cut out a lot of stuff. I'm willing to admit that I made a lot of mistakes, and most of the cuts were to do with that. But because of that, some of the editing has ended up being a little clumsy. So if I just seem to do that, basically teleport across the room from one place to another, that's just because I've cut out something. Now, unfortunately, I can't get the two gold sculptures in this room because I haven't at this point already gotten Scarecrow's song to work. There are two things you need to do. First, as Child Link, you need to go and play a song for the Scarecrow. I've already done that. But the second thing to activate it is you need to go to the Scarecrow as an adult and play the song for him. And at this point, I hadn't done that yet. And I would need to leave Ice Cavern in order to get that done, activate that, and the only way to get the two gold sculptures in this room is to use that, to use the Scarecrow song. So I hadn't done that at this point. I don't do that in this episode. In the future, I might go and do that off screen, or I might do it partly off screen and partly just show off how you get that gold sculpture out of that ice block there. I don't know which I'll do yet, but that's why I haven't done it at this point. So I can't show off how to get them yet. Make sure you kill both of those as well. There are two in this room, and they are going to get really annoying if you don't get rid of them. As I say, make sure you're leaving with plenty of blue fire at this point. Well, some good news. I've gotten my Star Trek game to work now, so I should be able to put up the first episode of my Let's Play of that. Again, I want to assure you that I will be putting up episodes of this on the same regular basis that I'm doing now, between 5 and 8 days, usually 8 days between them. But you can also look forward to another Let's Play starting, and that one I will be doing live because I haven't done live in a while, and it's a much easier game to do live than this one is. Live as in live commentary. And speaking of that, these keys are much easier to get rid of in this room than the ones in the previous room, because this room has a low ceiling, so that's helpful. But be careful about falling ice shards in this room. For a little while I forgot, I kept on pressing the rolling button because I was trying to press the target and I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, that will be up soon. And actually, another thing about my channel that I'm considering doing. Well, firstly, thank you. I believe there are now 342 people who've seen my videos. Thank you for the vast number of people who have seen them. It's very gratifying to know people are actually watching these. I'll talk about the piece of news I was about to say in a minute. Actually, I want to talk about this room for a second. This is the only room I like in this temple, because I like those sort of ice crystals sticking out of the ground there. I think they look cool, and I like these lights around here as well. I think they look cool too. Although I don't know why there were rooms, separate rooms inside this. It's a cavern. It's a big space in a mountain, basically. It's a cavern. How does it have rooms? Anyway, the iron boots are not that helpful. They're helpful here and they're helpful in the water temple, and then you don't really use them again. So it doesn't really seem worth it to me. I suppose you do get to look in this room. But how can it be decorated like this? It doesn't really give you the option to say, no, I don't have the courage, I'm not going to bother, thanks. I don't really like this bit of music either. It's not as bad as the Ice Cavern music, it's just not something I like. I do like his gold harp. I think that looks quite nice. For a harp. Yeah. And this is the shortest piece of music for the temples. I think we have the serenade. The longest one is for the fire temple. I don't know why they chose to have a serenade here specifically, or a bolero for fire. As I say, I'm not good with music. I don't know if this is an actual serenade or not. It's sort of a song for wooing the person you love, as far as I know. That's all I really know about it. The first time I played this, I made a big mistake. Actually ended up going in here and skipping by accident about half of the Ice Cavern, and then I went back in and redid it, but I only found out about it because of a strategy guide. Otherwise I wouldn't have known, and I would have just gotten these boots and that would be it. Although, to be honest, since you can actually skip most of it, I'm not really sure what the point in going back and doing the rest is. you could just go up there fairly quickly. I don't know why I killed those two. There was not much point. Why do the boulders stop for a few seconds just after they've hit you? Shouldn't their momentum be pushing them forwards? Or something like that. Anyway, yeah, channel news. I am thinking about getting rid of my Crash Bandicoot kart racing videos because I'm never going to finish them, basically. I know that. I've now played the PlayStation 2 version of it, and it was better, but I still didn't like it that much. Played it twice now, and the second time I didn't really bother to finish it. And the version that I had on my PC was even worse, and I just didn't like it, basically. I didn't like the videos I made. I thought my commentary was awful. And so I don't want people coming onto my channel and thinking, okay, I'm going to watch the first video that's on here, and they watch that and they think, wow, his commentary is terrible, the video was boring, I don't want to watch any more of these. And then they would be deprived of seeing my Max Payne 2 videos and this video and any videos I do in the future. So for that reason, I'm thinking about getting rid of it. Tell me in the comments section if you have anything to say about that. You would have thought he'd let you just stand next to him and talk to him since you've just freed him from being trapped in ice, but no, you still have to go over here and talk to him. He's clearly not done any dieting over the last 7 years. He looks like he hasn't actually moved in the last 7 years since he moved out of the way so he could go and see Jabu Jabu. I don't know why he doesn't get bed sores. He's just sitting there. I quite like Link's blue tunic, but I do have a question though. His tunic is a tunic and a hat. How does it let him breathe underwater? If it had been the Zora oxygen tank or something, the Zora snorkeling kit, then I could understand. But he's breathing using a hat and a tunic. It makes no sense. We don't know if those are Arctic birds you can hear or not, how they survive in this cold. Now, one thing I did that took absolutely ages, apart from sinking down to the bottom of this body of water, which must be larger than it looks because sinking down to the bottom of it takes ages as well. And I suppose I'm not sure if you can get down here without getting the tunic or not. Certainly you need the iron boots, but I don't know if you can actually survive long enough. So I don't know if you can spare yourself some time by getting this immediately after leaving the Ice Cavern. Anyway, something that I did, and I've cut that bit out, is I walked around for ages trying to find a way to get to Lake Hyrule. Eventually I worked out what the way to do it is, and I'll be showing that off later, but for a little while I wandered around here and around Zora's domain and around Zora's river, trying to work out if there was any way to get to Lake Hyrule. I managed to find quite a good website actually for downloading this music for free. I don't know if you were supposed to do it for free or not, but there's some good music on there, MP3s that you can get. By the way, I don't know why Navi turns green there. It usually means there's something to look at, and because I don't know, I decided not to investigate during this episode. Perhaps I will investigate at some point, but that's why I didn't go and do anything with that. It's been a while since we last saw Epona. Seems like it's been several weeks. But yeah, I've gotten the Shadow Temple music there and the Fire Temple music with the original chanting there and lots of other stuff. So I'm probably going to post a link to that site on my video. And they also have other computer game music as well. For example, I got the Kingdom Valley music from Sonic 06, which, say what you like about it, I don't want to start an argument over that, but it does have pretty good music, I feel. I could have shortened this section, but I just want to show off riding on Epona because it's been so long since last time I did this on the game. And you can only do this with Epona. There's no way to jump over this thing we're coming up to without using Epona, and you want to have a good bit of speed, but you don't want to have used up all of your carrots. It's best to be with 2 or 3 left when you jump over the first hurdle, and then immediately speed up again to jump over the second hurdle. So keep your speed fast enough to be able to jump over both of those. And this is the only way you can get to Lake Hyrule unless you go back to being a child or you complete the Water Temple. Right, and this is the way to activate the song that you'll need. I could have used in the Ice Cavern earlier, and you really need it for the Fire Temple and the Ice Cavern and the Water Temple especially, so it is very, very useful. It's best if you're playing along with this to get it. I don't know why he's dancing to this, because this piece of music, I chose it because it was easy to remember the notes, not because it sounds good. It sounds terrible. That's convenient. I don't know if Pierre is that French or not. A French scarecrow. I don't know. Of course, sometimes it doesn't appear because it's not near you, but that's usually the times when you don't really need them anyway. You can see that there's a crater where the actual lake used to be, and there are more enemies around here now. I like that little animation you get of Pierre popping up for the first time. Now we can't always see the dot, but that doesn't mean that the hookshot can't reach it. You just need to try it and see. I don't know if you can talk to Pierre or not. One thing I do have to say about this game is, considering how old it is, I think the background animations are very good. I mean, just look at that sky and the hills that you can just see fading into the distance. Maybe not all of the animation is incredible, but I really like the sky in this game, the way it looks. I mean, just look at that. That does look impressive, in my opinion. Imagine if in real life some music suddenly, some dangerous starting music suddenly started, if there was something dangerous near you, like if you were not crossing at the traffic lights and suddenly you got this kind of disturbing, dangerous music playing out of thin air. Or maybe you don't think about that sort of thing. I do. But yeah, that's just me being weird, I don't know. Thanks, Pierre. Alright, I hate the way this guy's got some stuff. It is so annoying and revolting. Ugh. Stop it. It's... yes, and he has some other bad personal hiding habits as well, I suspect. Anyway. Yeah, again, you just need to find the fish that's largest here. It's in sort of like what appears to be part of the tree that's fallen in the water. You'll be able to see it in a minute. And it takes a long time to reel in these really big fish that you find here. I think you need one that's at least 18 pounds for him to be impressed. So yeah, a really massive fish. And I've cut out a heck of a lot of this bit because I spent a very long time getting the wrong fish and then trying to reel fish in. See, that's where it is. You can see there, these two what look like trees, bits of trees sticking out of the water. And something you have to remember whilst you're reeling in as well is at the very end, when it's just in front of your body, you need to press left or right. That's something that I forgot, but otherwise it just stays there directly in front of you, but Link doesn't actually grab it and hold it. I'm just gonna show off for about 30 seconds how long it takes to reel this thing in, and after that I just cut it to the point where I'm about to get it. But yeah, this takes a really long time, especially if you forget that you need to pull it in close enough to Link. I mean, look at that thing! Again, just like the one he caught when he was a kid, it's his size! Seriously! That's got to be a 6 foot long fish. Decided after a catch like that, you know, I was gonna celebrate. I was gonna swim rather than walk. I don't know. That was nonsense. Forget it. Anyway. I want you to stop doing that. I'm not allowed to select that. And why isn't Link still holding it? This is very useful because it lets you dive deeper, as it says there, so I don't know why I bothered to say that. Coming up on the end of this episode now, in the next episode I will do one final side quest, and then go into the water temple. See you next time.